today on PrincessAnuTv, and guys, in today's edition we are going to be talking about, can student pilots fly in rain? And I'm not going to be talking about this from just a theoretical aspect. I'm going to be talking about this based on my experience flying in rain with one of my colleagues. His name is Usman, by the way. So that's what we're going to be dealing with today. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. And if you're new to this channel, this is PrincessAnuTv. We talk about aviation, motivation, and adventure. And if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you click on the subscribe button and click on that bell so whenever I post any video, you will be able to see it. Right into the topic. It's going to be like a story time because it's very, very practical. I'm going to be telling you every stage of what happened. Okay, can student pilots fly in rain? This answer is not going to be a no, and it's also not going to be a yes. Why it's not going to be a no is because you don't know when you actually enter this. Is it that you don't check? I know you're going to be like, okay, how what do you mean that you do not know when you enter this? Didn't you check the meter? Didn't you check the TAF? Blah blah blah. Guys, things happen, and in aviation too, things happen. So you can't blame, especially for us as student pilots, you can't blame us. Sometimes we get into situations and we need experience, skill to be able to bring ourselves out of those situations. Okay, this is how it happened. I went for a flight with one of my colleagues, and we were supposed to go from Zaria to Kaduna, Mina, and Mina back to Zaria. We're doing a cross-country flight, and we checked the meter, it was okay. We checked the TAF, it was okay. But as it is, especially during rainy seasons, rain can start up, and though sometimes it's reflected in the TAF, but these are forecasts, these are like projections about what they think will happen. Sometimes they are not accurate. Sometimes they say rain will fall and rain will not fall. I don't know whether you've experienced it, so if you've experienced it, tell me down below. Okay, and sometimes they tell us rain is not going to fall and rain falls. So this time around, we checked the meter for Zaria to Kaduna to Mina, and everything was fine. We checked the TAF, we checked the current meter for the various stations, and we also checked the TAF for the various stations. So everything was okay, and we started our flight. We left from Zaria, got to Kaduna, everything was perfectly fine, guys. When we were going to Mina, halfway to Mina, I think we still had 30 nautical miles to Mina. Before I knew what was going on, the rain, as in on the cockpit tour, was saying everywhere. Whoa! I asked my classmate. I was like, "Are you sure we should still continue?" Because he was the pilot in command. I was just like his co-pilot in the flight, and he was like, "No, we can make it." The first thing we did, okay, after making decision, okay, should we turn back or should we continue? We called Kaduna aerodrome. We asked them the meter, they said everything is okay. We called Mina. Mina said, and we asked them if rain was falling in their station. They said no, rain was not falling, everything was fine. So the controller asked us hope everything is fine. We said okay, so everything is fine, but it seems like we're experiencing some kind of downpour, and we are thinking of whether continuing or going back. So he said okay, we should confirm ops normal in case if everything is okay, we should let him know. So I was like, guy, are we still going? Guys now in aviation, what they want to. So he said, go. I said, okay, no problem. So we continued. As we continued, about, let's say, up to 15 nautical miles, the rain was heavy. The rain was so heavy, and we were up to 8, I think we were about 8,500 feet. So I think we are about 8.5. So we continued, and I was like, okay, let's see how this is going to happen. And the rain was now heavy, and he was like, we'll go back. I said, no, we are not going back. He said we should continue. And funny enough, my thoughts, I'm not going to use as my fear of going back. My thoughts were that if we go back, we will likely experience the rain backward because we experienced it when we were coming. So it's best bet for us to likely land in Mina or continue. So approaching Mina, I think like 10 nautical miles, we discovered everywhere was clear, so everybody's mind was down. Okay, ooh, that's nice. So we called, we were overhead Mina. They said okay, that we said we were setting course back to Zaria. So they said, oh, no problem, everything. So we continued, we were setting course back. We set course thinking the coast was clear. So we asked for the meter for, at that time they gave us. So we asked for Kaduna too. They gave us, everything was okay. So as we continued, this rain was so unbearable. And so we resulted in deciding to go back and land in Mina. So we went back, we landed. The first thing on our mind was, what's the course master going to think? What's our instructor going to think? We are not back. So immediately we started calling our colleagues, guys, who see what, that is always good, like to be together, with your guys, like with your colleagues, always have a good rapport with them. And whenever you're going for a cross-country flight, like our advice is, make sure you always carry your money, make sure you carry your phone, and just be sure that if something happens, you can survive on your own. That's just what I'm trying to say, guys. Just be sure you can survive. So we got there. Funny enough, was having money. Okay, I think I was just with the small cash. So we got there. We're thinking, okay, maybe we should buy something. As we landed, not too long, the rain now started falling in Mina. We said, okay, we know why the rain was falling. So we stayed for some time, then later the rain reduced, so we continued our flight. We took off again. We got halfway around the same place. Okay, I won't forget to say this. I called one of our senior colleagues and he replied and said, okay, sometimes it's like that, but if Kaduna, if the station you're going to says everything is okay, then you can proceed. That means it's just around that area. So we said, okay, we checked the tap, everything was still fine. The meter, it was still fine. So we continued and we still encountered rain, but it was not as heavy as it was before. So they were around that region anyways. Then after some time, the rain was no longer falling when we passed that area. So we got to Kaduna, we reported our position, and it was okay. But these are the things I learned from that experience, guys. Number one, just like I told you, I won't go for any cross-country flight, or I decided not to go for any cross-country flight without carrying my complete luggage. When I mean complete luggage, I mean making sure that I have every single detail concerning the aerodrome I'm going to. Because that day we were like, okay, concerning this, concerning that, because you might not actually plan to land in a particular aerodrome, but situations can happen that will make you land in a particular aerodrome. So you always need to be prepared as a pilot, especially as a student pilot. You always need to be prepared, and that's what I'm going to be telling you. Always be prepared for any situation at any time. And as far as I'm concerned, decision making is one of the key things, like in flying or in aviation, decision making. And it was a serious thing for us to make a decision to go and land. I know my pilot in command at that time made the right decision, and I give him kudos for this. I know he's watching me. So I know he made the right decision concerning saying we should go and land in Mina. And so when we go back, everybody was like, hope you guys are safe, hope you guys are sound. I couldn't wait to land in Zaria because I was like, wow, this is an experience. So guys, can student pilots fly in rain? No, if it's written on the tap that rain is falling. But yes, if you encounter it just like the way me and my colleague encountered it. So guys, you always need to be prepared. You can see from my story, if I was completely prepared, I wouldn't have been fidgeting. But it's part of aviation anyways. We face challenges like this, and So guys, I hope you enjoyed my story, and if you want more of these story times, practical flying story times, leave a comment in the comment section and I'll be sure to give you a thumbs up and make another story time concerning my practical flying experience. So guys, till we meet next time, even on this same channel, keep watching guys.